Hello, Namaste. Welcome to ThePrint. My name is Amana Begam. And the aftermath of the political stability in the country was soft on. And the student protest quickly became an excuse for Islamists to inflict violence against Hindus. We can also see the declining Hindu population, which was 7.95% in 2022, as a clear indication of the tragic plight of the time. As a Pasmanda Muslim from India, I often see exaggerated narrative or claim about the situation of Indian Muslims. To the extent of the exaggeration is that many intellectuals even claim that we are on the brink of genocide under the current government, BJP. So this claim has persisted for last decade, I would say, only to be fair to prevent as a fear mongering, because this in reality, if you see us, we have a fault line and issues, but there is no such existential threat. So it make me wonder that ongoing operation of Hindu population in Bangladesh, why that receives so little acknowledgement if I compare this. So the targeted attack against Hindu are not new, and even if we read about the 1971 Liberation War, the narrative often comes forward or centers around the power struggle between Urdu-speaking and Bengali-speaking communities. And it is true to a certain extent that the Pakistani military targeted Bengali nationalists of all religious groups in 71. But political scientist Ronak Zahan has noted that there was a particular focus on selected groups like students, intellectual, and the Hindu community. Uh, we can also see that there was a connotation with the Hindu culture that these intellectuals are saving Hindu culture. So near 3 million people were killed, about 2 lakh women and children were raped, what came to regard as the rape camps, and 10 million people fled to India, while another 30 million were internally displaced. And the Bina scholar, the Bina in Pakistan publicly declared that Bengali women to be a public property, war booty basically, thereby making it acceptable for the men of Pakistani army and their collaborators to rape Bengal. And I would particularly say that the Hindu Bengali women, because when they were, this entire conflict was going on, that it's a conflict between Hindu speaking and Bengali speaking. The Pakistani intelligentsia or the Imam, they interpreted it in a certain way that this entire Bengali language and nationalism all is some in a way it's similar to saving Hindu culture because it's a part of Hindu culture, the Bengali culture. So that's how they can draw such a fatwa against, because those women, those even there is a book written by Siddiqui in 2008, I guess, which says that those freedom fighters were deemed to be a Hindu because uh, they were fighting for a Hindu culture. So that is very important. And between 1971 and the current crisis, Bangladesh has witnessed numerous attacks against its religious minority, including in 1990, where which was flared after demolition of Babri Mosque in India. And these attacks are just not case of minority oppression. I would say they stem from a deep-seated hatred for Hindus and Hinduism, a religion that is not monotheistic. Because I mean, if imagine that Indian Muslim start getting attacked because someone did something to temple in neighboring country. It's a very rare cases we see in India, but we can see that what happened there. The Bangladeshi Hindu who has nothing to do with India will face the brunt of what is happening in India. So that makes things very clear. And there is an internalized disdain and hatred against Hindu among radicals and extremist section of followers of Brahminic religion. And this deep-seated aim of conflict or politics. We can see the same, observe same pattern in within Hindus in Pakistan. Since Afghan war also in 1917 were again the Hindus, Sikh and all were estimated about to be. When we read about this already, that India must become the safe harbor for such a people. Let's be honest. But the size of group and its influence often dictate which the last major pagan rule in the world are effectively a minority in geopolitical world on the global stage. Say or even acknowledge the existence of Hindu phobia. So when we see it, Hindu phobia barely gets even mentioned. So this troubling gap in how global concerns are prioritized. And we have reality is that India stands as the only for persecuted Hindu worldwide. And accepting this reality doesn't mean that we are being anti-minority. It's just the ground reality. And policies and laws are typically designed to address problem on the ground. But here the problem is that we are not even ready to acknowledge problems. So how we can even bring the policies? So I believe that this is need to kind of amendment to bring an amendment in CA further to provide the refuge this kind of risk minority in our neighboring country, and it is need of the hour. Watching the thing.